whether you're religious or it doesn't even matter what religion you have, we all believe universally in Satan. Whether it's demons or bad intentions, they all come rooted from one being, and that is Satan. Now, I can ramble on about how real he is or how real he isn't. The one thing that is certain is that he is closer than what you think. He is closer than what you believe. And this story about Beelzebub and his search for Satan and trying to destroy him is probably the most interesting storytelling I've ever seen in a long time. And I mean, it's just not hard to figure out that just like with Jesus or God or your gods or anyone, they are closer than what you think. They're actually inside of us spiritually. So if you're a negative person, you're inviting negativity, demons, or even Satan himself. Sometimes, even Jesus had to confront Satan. And then when you invite positivity, you invite, angels, good, positive, good angels. What else is there? Angels. Bro, like, negativity has, like, way more things, like specters and ghosts and ghouls and witches and monsters. But what about the good shit? Okay, there's angels. The Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost. Yeah, the Holy Ghost. Jesus, or whatever prophet you want to believe in. You invite them. So, but the thing is with Beelzebub is that he is, he has a special skill that turns him into Satan. So it's like, yeah, I feel bad for Beelzebub. He really can't have anyone close to him. This is an affliction. So when you have an affliction, you really just gotta, be safe. And in Beelzebub's case, he just can't be close to anyone. And it's kind of weird because I try to keep myself distance from everyone as well. I mean, maybe that's like a hint. Some of us have an affliction just like Beelzebub here, where when he starts to love people, he will start actually harming them. It's weird as fuck. I don't know. It's like one of those paradoxes that we would have to deal with. So being alone is actually a good thing for a lot of us. Anyways, that's not what this video was actually about. But the topic of Satan is very interesting to me, just as a topic of religion, gods, if you will. But what I really wanted to talk about was the masterful the storytelling of not just Lucifer, but the romance. The romance is what really gets me. I'm a huge romance guy. Right here, we have Beelzebub and Lilith. I know, right? Lilith, Jesus. Anyways, I'm getting distracted, guys. You gotta believe me when I say this. I got some serious ADHD, ADD. I don't even know if that shit. It's not even real, right? ADHD is not even real. I just have this very active personality, I guess, where I just get distracted, left and right. I can't concentrate. Maybe I need some. Maybe I need to do some pills, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, you can see here, Beelzebub just had his nightmare, but of course he has this affliction of being Satan himself, or just inviting Satan. And the one scene that really got to me was when he ended up, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen season 3 episode 7 of this anime yet, please go ahead and do it, and then come back in a minute, 4 minutes. So we're 4 minutes and come back in 4 minutes. All right, so for everyone who has watched it, this is for you guys. Spoiler alert. He ends up killing Lilith. And this is like the most romantic shit ever. Why? Because Lilith ends up loving Beelzebub. Not just as someone looking for revenge, but, as a romantic relationship. So she ended up falling in love with Beelzebub. And inevitably, Beelzebub ended up killing Lilith. And I think this was like for an anime, for a storyline, Record of Ragnarok does this a lot. For a storyline that only lasts for a good 10, minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, like a background story, if you will. It does such a great job, like for a short story. As you can see here, he ended up killing Lilith, and he's like, ah, fuck, Lilith, no. You know, you can really see the horror in his eyes. You can see that he figures out that he's, you know, he's got this affliction of Satan, pretty much like a curse mark. Yeah, you can see here, he's got like a curse mark. Poor Beelzebub. And then so he ends up killing Lilith, and then Lilith is like, brah, because I love you, you must live on in my steed, bro, and in the steed of others. And of course, this is like an affliction that he was given. This is a task that he was given. This is a promise that he has to keep. That he has to keep on living for the sake of Lilith, the one that he loves, and his 3 other friends. I forgot Azazel, Lucifer, and I forgot the other guy. But yeah, guys, incredible fucking storytelling, incredible ending to Beelzebub's backstory. Everything about Beelzebub was like just way better than I could ever imagine it to be. That's why I love Record of Ragnarok. What I'm saying, I come into it like, whatever. They're gonna make some shit up again. To the point where I'm like, wow, this actually slapped. This actually smacked. This is actually peak rom-com storytelling. This is actually peak, like, you know, back, like, this is technically a flashback, guys. All right, this is just a flashback, but it's like a short story that, and it's a peak short story. So everything about Record of Ragnarok, I always set my bar low, but I come out like feeling so great afterwards. And you can't leave me all alone. Alone again. Poor Beelzebub. You know, it's just sad because, as they say, it's better to have been loved than have never known love. And I think that's because once you know love, you can see that with love is unconditional. And even here, Lilith is like, look, because I love you, I forgive you for pretty much killing me. And that really goes hard. That really is touching. And that's the essence of a great love story. And you can see here, Beelzebub is just in shambles. Even they're like, Beelzebub was broken. So this is why this is so great. It's really touching. It's really heartfelt. You can really see the suffering. You can really feel the suffering. And yeah. Honestly, now I'm actually cheering for Beelzebub. Tesla, like the Tesla, I don't know, man. He was kind of like weird, but again, I always set a low bar for Record. I always come into it like with a snarky remark, like, God damn it, gotta deal with this anime again. But then I'm like, yes, I'm so happy I saw it, which is why I'm always like low key dreading another episode, but high key like, am I gonna be proven wrong? I love being proven wrong. And so this is the final scenes of Beelzebub. He really just wants to fucking die. And that's just what's sad. He's like, come now and kill me. Like, bro, what the fuck? Didn't Lilith just tell you to live on, motherfucker? Like, dude still hasn't learned. Do it as grotesquely as possible. And then right here, you can see Azazel. You can see Lilith. You can see Lucifer. And what's the other guy's name? Oh well, I forgot. End my life with vicious cruelty. Bro, that's insane, man. That really is insane. Impressive episode. Season 3, episode 7 of Record of Ragnarok was just fantastic, successful fucking episode. That's all I gotta say, guys. On to the next video.